Welcome to our video where we will be solving 20 linear inequalities. Make sure to pay attention to each step as we work through the problems. After watching the video, don't forget to comment below with how many inequalities you were able to solve correctly. We will provide a step-by-step solution to each problem to help you understand the process. Let's get started. In this video, we will be discussing the inequality 2x plus 3 is greater than 7 and its possible solutions. The options are A, x is less than 2, b, x is greater than 1.5, c, x is greater than 2, x is greater than 3. Pause the video now and solve the inequality for yourself. The problem we are tasked to solve is 2x plus 3 is greater than 7. In order to isolate x and get it on one side of the inequality all by itself, we're going to do the exact opposite of what you might think. Instead of trying to eliminate x from the left side of the inequality, we're going to attack the constant on the same side as x, which in this case is the number 3. So if we have 2x plus 3 on the left side of the inequality, we'll want to subtract 3 from both sides in order to get rid of the plus 3 that is currently attached to the 2x. When we do this, we get 2x plus 3 minus 3 is greater than 7 minus 3. After subtracting 3 from both sides, the inequality simplifies to 2x is greater than 4. The plus 3 and the minus 3 neatly cancel out on the left side, and on the right side, 7 minus 3 equals 4. Now that we have the inequality down to 2x is greater than 4, we want to get x all by itself. This isn't a normal equation, where we could simply divide both sides by 2 because we're dealing with an inequality. However, when dealing with multiplication or division in an inequality, if you multiply or divide both sides by a positive number, the inequality sign stays the same. So to get the x by itself, we divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 is greater than 4 divided by 2. After dividing each side by 2, our inequality simplifies to x is greater than 2. Thus, the correct answer is x is greater than 2. In this problem, we are given the inequality 5x minus 4 is less than or equal to 11, and we need to find the possible solutions. The options are A, x is greater than or equal to 3, b, x is less than or equal to 3, c, x is greater than or equal to 2, d, x is less than or equal to 4. Pause the video and try to solve the inequality for yourself. To solve the inequality 5x minus 4 less than or equal to 11, let's start by isolating the term with x. We want to remove the minus 4 from the left-hand side. To do that, add 4 to both sides of the inequality. Remember, we can do whatever we want to the inequality so long as we do it to both sides. So adding 4 to each side, we get 5x is now less than or equal to 11 plus 4. That simplifies to 5x less than or equal to 15. Next, to isolate x, we want to get rid of the 5 that is being multiplied with x. To do this, divide both sides of our inequality by 5. Doing the same operation on both sides maintains the balance of our inequality. So dividing both sides by 5, we get x is now less than or equal to 15 divided by 5. This simplifies to x less than or equal to 3. Thus, the correct answer is x less than or equal to 3. All right, in this video, we are going to solve the inequality minus 3x plus 2 is less than 5. The possible solutions are A, x greater than minus 1, b, x less than 1, c, x less than minus 1, d, x greater than 1. Pause the video here and try to solve it for yourself. Let's solve the inequality minus 3 times x plus 2 less than 5. In the first step, we aim to isolate the term with x in the inequality. We do this by moving the positive 2 on the left-hand side to the right by subtracting it from both sides. After this operation, the inequality reads minus 3 times x less than 5 minus 2. In the next step, we simplify the right-hand side by executing the subtraction. This gives us minus 3 times x less than 3. The next step calls for dividing every term in the inequality by minus 3 to solve for x. It's important to note that whenever we multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, the direction of the inequality sign must be reversed. Thus, after dividing by minus 3, our inequality reads x is greater than 3 divided by minus 3. Lastly, we simplify the right side of the inequality. 3 divided by minus 3 yields negative 1. Hence, our final inequality reads x is greater than minus 1. Thus, the correct answer is x greater than minus 1a. Let's take a look at the inequality 4x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 8 and its possible solutions. Pause the video and try to solve the problem for yourself. The equation we're about to solve is 4x minus 6 greater than or equal to 2x plus 8. Our first step will be to eliminate the 2x from the right side of the equation. To do this, we subtract 2x from both sides. This leaves us with 2x minus 6 greater than or equal to 8. In our next step, we need to get rid of the minus 6 from the left side of the equation. To do this, we add 6 to both sides to keep the equation balanced. The new equation then becomes 2x greater than or equal to 14. The last step is to isolate the variable x on one side of the equation. The x in the equation currently has a factor of 2, so to get rid of this, we divide both sides by 2. After this operation, the final equation reads x greater than or equal to 7. Having walked through each step with clear explanations on how to solve the given inequality and confirmed that our result matches our given solution, we can confidently say, thus the correct answer is x greater than or equal to 7. And pause the video now and solve the inequality 92x plus 7 greater than 3x minus 1 for yourself. Determine which of the following possible solutions is correct. A, x greater than 8 fifths. B, x less than 8 fifths. C, x less than 9 is 8 fifths. D, x greater than minus 8 fifths. We are given the inequality negative 2 times x plus 7 is greater than 3 times x minus 1. Our first step is to isolate x, meaning we will aim for an expression in the form x is less than or greater than some number. Let's try to get all terms involving x on one side of the inequality. Looking at the inequality, we have x terms on both sides. We can begin by subtracting 2x from both sides, which gives us 7 is greater than 5x minus 1. We're closer to isolating x, but we still have the minus 1 on the right side. Let's address that next by adding 1 to both sides. This gives us 8 is greater than 5x. We're almost done. The final step to isolate x is to get rid of the coefficient on x, which is 5. We do this by dividing both sides by 5. And remember, when we divide or multiply an inequality by a negative number, the inequality sign reverses. However, in this case, the number we divide with is 5, which is positive, thus the inequality sign stays the same. So 8 divided by 5 is greater than x, or equivalently, x is less than 8 fifths. Thus the correct answer is option B. Now we will be introducing a problem involving an inequality equation. The equation is 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to 2x plus 5. The possible solutions to this problem are A, x is greater than or equal to 9, B, x is less than or equal to 9, C, x is greater than 9, or D, x is less than or equal to minus 9. Pause the video here and try to solve the problem for yourself before we reveal the correct answer. Here's the problem we need to solve. 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to 2x plus 5. Remembering our goal is to isolate the x variable on one side of the inequality. The first step is to cancel out 2x on the right side by subtracting 2x from both sides. By doing so, we have 3x minus 2x is less than or equal to 5 plus 4. This can be simplified to x on the left is less than or equal to 9. Thus, the correct answer is 9. In this problem, we have the inequality 6x plus 2 less than 4x plus 10, and we are asked to find the possible solutions. Pause the video now and try to solve it for yourself. The possible solutions are A, x greater than 4, B, x less than 4, C, x equals 4, D, x less than 9 of 4. To solve the inequality 6x plus 2 is less than 4x plus 10, we first focus on the x terms. They are 6x on the left and 4x on the right. We subtract 4x, the smaller amount, from both sides to get these terms to one side of the inequality. After doing this, we are left with 2x plus 2 is less than 10 on the left. Next, we focus on the numerical terms. we have plus 2 on the left and plus 10 on the right. We subtract this smaller numerical term plus 2 from both sides to balance the inequality. This leaves us with 2x is less than 8. From here, we need to isolate x to find when x is less than another number. To do this, we divide both sides of the inequality by 2. On the left, 2x divided by 2 simplifies to x. On the right, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So after simplifying, we are left with x is less than 4. Thus, the correct answer is B. Now let's take a look at the inequality 7x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 5x plus 1. Pause the video here and solve for the possible solutions. Options are A, x less than or equal to 2, B, x greater than or equal to 2, C, x greater than 2, D, x less than 2. We're starting with the inequality 7x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 5x plus 1. The goal is to get x by itself on one side of the inequality. First, we can eliminate x from one side to isolate it on the other side. We can choose to subtract 5x from both sides of the inequality. After subtracting, we get 2x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 1. Then we have to get rid of the 3 that is subtracted from 2x. To do this, we add 3 to both sides of the inequality. After adding, we obtain 2x is greater than or equal to 4. Finally, to isolate x, we divide both sides of the inequality by 2. This gives us a final inequality where x is greater than or equal to 2. Thus, the correct answer is B. Pause the video and solve the inequality 4x plus 7 greater than 2x plus 12 for yourself. The possible solutions are A, x less than 3, B, x greater than 3, C, x greater than 2.5, D, x less than 2.5. Let's begin with the given inequality, 4x plus 7 is greater than 2x plus 12. We will solve this equation in order to isolate the variable x on one side of the inequality. First, let's try to get rid of the 2x from the right side of the equation. We can do this by subtracting 2x from both sides of the equation. When we subtract 2x from the left side, the expression becomes 2x plus 7, and on the right side we are left with only 12, as the 2x are subtracted here. Now our equation reads as 2x plus 7 is greater than 12. The next step is to remove the constant from the left side of the equation. We can achieve this by subtracting 7 from both sides of the inequality. On the left side, this results in just 2x. The right side of the inequality now reads as 12 minus 7, which equals 5. So we now have the inequality 2x is greater than 5. Finally, we want to isolate x by itself. To do this, divide both sides of the inequality by 2. This simplifies the inequality to x is greater than 5 divided by 2. When we do the calculation, we find that 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5. As a result, our inequality simplifies down to x is greater than 2.5. Therefore, the solution to our given inequality, 4x plus 7, is greater than 2x plus 12, is indeed x is greater than 2.5. Thus, the correct answer is x is greater than 2.5. In this video, we will be looking at the inequality 5x minus 8 is less than or equal to 3x plus 4 and its possible solutions. The options are A, x is less than or equal to 3, B, x is greater than or equal to 6, C, x is greater than or equal to 2, D, x is less than or equal to 6. Pause the video now and try to solve the inequality for yourself before we reveal the correct answer. Let's start with the inequality given, which is 5x minus 8 is less than or equal to 3x plus 4. To solve this for x, we need to isolate x on one side of the inequality. First of all, let's get rid of the term with x on the right-hand side of the inequality. So subtract 3x from both sides. After subtracting, the inequality becomes 2x minus 8 is less than or equal to 4. Next, we want to eliminate the constant term on the left side of the inequality. So add 8 to both sides of the inequality. After doing this, our inequality now looks like 2x is less than or equal to 4 plus 8, which simplifies to 2x is less than or equal to 12. At this point, x is almost alone on one side of the inequality. To completely isolate x, we divide each side by 2. After dividing, we end up with x is less than or equal to 12 divided by 2. So, the solution to the inequality is x is less than or equal to 6. Thus, the correct answer is D. In this problem, we are given the inequality 8x minus 5 is greater than 6x plus 1, and we are asked to determine its possible solutions. The options are A, x less than 3, b, x greater than minus 1, c, x greater than 3, d, x equals 3. Take a moment to pause the video and solve the inequality for yourself. We are given the inequality 8x minus 5 is greater than 6x plus 1. Our objective is to isolate x on one side of the inequality. Let's start by simplifying the inequality. Here, we want to eliminate x from one side to be able to solve the inequality for x. We can do this by subtracting 6x from both sides of the inequality to maintain the balance. This gives us 8x minus 6x, which is 2x, minus 5 is greater than 1. In the next step, we aim to isolate x by getting rid of the negative 5 on the left side of the inequality. We do this by adding 5 to both sides of the inequality. Hence, 2x is greater than 1 plus 5, which is 6. Finally, to find the value of x, we divide both sides of the inequality by 2, leading to x is greater than 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 3. So after solving the inequality, we found that x is greater than 3. Thus, the correct answer is x greater than 3. Pause the video now and try to solve the inequality minus 3x plus 9 less than or equal to x plus 5 with its possible solutions. A, x greater than 1, b, x less than 1, c, x greater than or equal to 1, d, x less than or equal to 1. Our goal is to find the values of x for which the inequality negative 3 times x plus 9 is less than or equal to x plus 5 holds true. To figure out what values of x satisfy this inequality, we'll first want to isolate x on one side of the inequality. We begin by subtracting x from both sides to get all terms with x on one side. This gives us negative 3 minus x, which is negative 4 times x plus 9 is less than or equal to 5. Next, move constants to the other side to further isolate x. This entails subtracting 9 from both sides, resulting the inequality to become negative 4 times x is less than or equal to 5 minus 9, which gives negative 4. Remember, when dealing with inequalities, if we multiply or divide by a negative number, we need to flip the inequality. Considering this, to get x by itself, we divide both sides of the inequality by negative 4. This results in the inequality flipping and gives x is greater than or equal to negative 4 divided by negative 4, which gives 1. Thus, the correct answer is 1 is less than or equal to x. Here's the problem. 2x plus 4 is greater than 3x minus 6. The possible solutions are A, x is less than 6, b, x is greater than 10, c, x is less than 10, or d, x equals 10. Pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Let's begin by taking a close look at the inequality. We have two expressions, 2 times x plus 4 and 3 times x minus 6. We need to find the x that makes the first expression less than the second, using the inequality symbol as a guide. To make this simpler, let's start by trying to isolate x. First, we move the parts of the inequality that include x together on one side. Let's subtract 2 times x from both sides of the inequality to keep it balanced. We are left with 4 is greater than x minus 6. Next, to further isolate x, let's get rid of the last remaining number on the same side as x by adding 6 to both sides. Again, we're keeping the inequality balanced. This leaves us with the inequality x is less than 10. So when we plug any number less than 10 into the original inequality in place of x, it will hold true. Therefore, the solution to the inequality 2 times x plus 4 is greater than 3 times x minus 6 is x is less than 10. Thus, the correct answer is C. Pause the video and solve the inequality 9x minus 7 less than or equal to 5x plus 9 with its possible solutions being a x less than or equal to 4, b x less than or equal to 2, c x greater than or equal to 4, d x greater than or equal to 2. Let's go step by step to solve the inequality. 9 times x minus 7 is less than or equal to 5 times x plus 9. In the first step, we want to isolate the x terms, so we subtract 5x from both sides. 9x minus 5x is 4x, so we get 4 times x minus 7 is less than or equal to 9 on the left side. Next, we need to isolate x completely on one side. To do this, we add 7 to both sides of the inequality. The 7's cancel on the left side, and we get only 4 times x is left. On the right side, 9 plus 7 equals 16. So now our expression looks like this. 4 times x is less than or equal to 16. For our last step, we divide both sides by 4 to solve for x. 4 times x divided by 4 equals just x on the left side, and 16 divided by 4 equals 4 on the right side. So by doing this step by step, we get x is less than or equal to 4. Thus, the correct answer is x is less than or equal to 4. In this problem, we are given the inequality negative 4x plus 11 less than 2x plus 3, and we need to find its possible solutions. Pause the video now and solve it for yourself. The options for the correct answer are A, x less than 1.33, B, x greater than 1.33, C, x less than 0, D, x greater than 3. To solve the algebraic inequality negative 4 times x plus 11 is less than 2 times x plus 3, we will need to group the like terms. First, let's get the x terms together on one side of the equation and the constants on the other. To do this, we subtract 2 times x from both sides of the equation, which gives us negative 4 times x minus 2 times x is less than 3. Or we can say negative 6 times x plus 11 is less than 3. Next, we need to get the constants on the other side by subtracting 11 from both sides of the equation. This gives us negative 6 times x is less than 3 minus 11. Simplifying this, we find negative 6 times x is less than negative 8. Finally, to solve for x, we need to divide both sides of the inequality by negative 6. But remember, when we divide or multiply inequalities by negative values, we have to flip the inequality sign. So now we have x is greater than negative 8 divided by negative 6. Upon simplifying, we get x is greater than 1.33. Thus, the correct answer is x is greater than 1.33. Pause the video and solve the inequality 7x plus 2 greater than or equal to 3x plus 10 using the possible solutions. A, x greater than 2, B, x greater than or equal to 2, C, x equals 2, D, x less than or equal to 2. Let's start with the given inequality 7x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 3x plus 10. Our goal is to isolate x, so let's begin by eliminating one of the x terms from one side. If we subtract 3x from both sides of the inequality, we can eliminate it from the right side. To do this in a balanced way, we must subtract the same amount from both sides. Therefore, our inequality becomes 7x minus 3x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 10. This simplifies to 4x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 10 because 7x minus 3x equals 4x. Next, we need to remove the 2 from the left side, so we will do this by subtracting 2 from both sides. When we subtract 2 from both sides, our inequality becomes 4x is greater than or equal to 10 minus 2. This simplifies to 4x is greater than or equal to 8, because 10 minus 2 equals 8. Finally, we want to isolate x, so we divide each side by 4. Dividing each side by 4, we have x is greater than or equal to 8 divided by 4. This simplifies to x is greater than or equal to 2. Thus, the correct answer is x is greater than or equal to 2. In this problem, we are given the inequality 5x minus 6 is less than 4x plus 7. The possible solutions are A, x is greater than 13, B, x is less than 7, C, x is less than 13, D, x is equal to 13. Pause the video now and try to solve the inequality for yourself. We begin with the inequality 5x minus 6 is less than 4x plus 7. Our goal is to isolate x on one side of the inequality and numbers on the other side to solve for x. So first off, we want to get rid of 4x on the right side of the inequality because we want all the x's on the left side. To do this, we subtract 4x from both sides of the inequality. Once we subtract the 4x from both sides, we get x minus 6 is less than 7, since 5x minus 4x is x on the left side, and 4x minus 4x becomes 0, eliminating it from the right side. The next step is to isolate x by itself on the left side of the inequality. To do this, we need to get rid of the minus 6 on the left side, and we do so by adding 6 to both sides of the inequality. After adding 6 to both sides, we have x is less than 13 because minus 6 plus 6 equals 0, eliminating it from the left side, and 7 plus 6 is 13. So from the steps we finished, we can now conclude that when solving the inequality 5x minus 6 is less than 4x plus 7, the correct answer is that x is less than 13. Thus, the correct answer is x is less than 13. In this video, we will be solving the inequality 6x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 16. The possible solutions are A, x is greater than 2, B, x is less than 2, C, x is less than or equal to 2, and D, x is greater than or equal to 2. Pause the video now and try to solve this inequality for yourself. Let's start with the equation. 6x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 16. First, to simplify things, we'll eliminate the 2x from the right side of the equation. We'll subtract 2x from both sides. Once we do this, the equation transforms into 4x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 16. Next, the term 8 on the left needs to go to isolate x. To do this, we subtract 8 from both sides of the equation. Our equation now becomes 4x is greater than or equal to 8. The final step to find the value of x is to divide both sides by 4, since x is being multiplied by 4. On doing that, we get x is greater than or equal to 2. Thus, the correct answer is x is greater than or equal to 2. In this video, we will be exploring the inequality 3x minus 5 is greater than 2x plus 1 and its possible solutions. The options are A, x is less than 6, B, x is equal to 6, C, x is greater than 6, D, x is greater than minus 6. Pause the video here to solve the problem for yourself. Good luck. To solve the inequality 3x minus 5 is greater than 2x plus 1, we first try to isolate the variable x by simplifying the inequality. Start by subtracting 2x from both sides of the inequality. This results in x minus 5 is greater than 1. Next, we add 5 to both sides of the inequality to isolate x. This gives us the solution, x is greater than 6. Thus, the correct answer is C. Pause the video and solve the inequality 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 2x plus 9 with its possible solutions. A, x less than or equal to 2, B, x greater than or equal to 4, C, x less than or equal to 3, D, x greater than or equal to 3. We begin with the inequality 4x plus 3 is less than or equal to 2x plus 9. The goal is to isolate the variable x on one side. But first, let's simplify the equation. We notice that x is on both sides of the inequality. Let's start by subtracting 2x from both sides of the equation to get the x terms on one side. This leaves us with 4x minus 2x plus 3 is less than or equal to 9. Simplifying that results in 2x plus 3 is less than or equal to 9. Next, we will isolate x by subtracting 3 from both sides of the inequality. This results in 2x is less than or equal to 9 minus 3. Simplifying that gives us 2x is less than or equal to 6. To solve for x, we divide every term by 2. This gives us x is less than or equal to 6 divided by 2. Simplifying that results in x is less than or equal to 3. Thus, the correct answer is x is less than or equal to 3. Thanks for watching. Comment with how many questions you got correct. Should we make the next video have easier or harder problems? Was the difficulty just right? If you have thoughts for improvements, please share them below. Don't forget to drop a like and sub if you enjoyed the video.